Welcome. Hi, everybody. We want to thank you for joining us today. I'm Melody Fritz. I'm the events manager here at TOPS, and we're here today to discuss the latest TOPS feature release and how these features can optimize your community operations. Today, I'm joined by Adam Pierce, our product marketing manager, and Eve DuBose, our customer training manager and expert in everything TOPS.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, guys.
So a little background about who we are. TOPS is a software designed specifically for community management. We are an all-in-one platform that offers customization in every area of community management, from your accounting periods to how you communicate and engage with your residents. We were first on the scene in 1984, where we originally focused on the core and heart of TOPS, which is a robust and fully customizable accounting engine. Now, fast forward many years later, TOPS has evolved into an all-in-one platform to meet all areas of community management. We are laser focused on staying ahead of trends in technology. This is one reason why we started our quarterly release process last year, which we will continue to grow exponentially this year. We are truly focused on one thing: simplifying and empowering community operations through our award-winning software products and services. And speaking of awards, we are very happy to announce that once again, we have received top marks in the latest G2 Software Winter Report. It seems that the changes we've been making around here are well received, and it means that we're doing something right. For the last several quarters, we've been racking up the badges for best usability, leaders in the industry, and our favorite and most coveted, users love us. This last report included a new addition to our trophy shelf, the Momentum Leader. This means a lot to us and to our customers. We have been making a lot of great changes and technology advances over the past year, and we have a lot more planned for 2023. TOPS' mission as a CAM software really boils down to this: we are here to make your job easier, and how we do that is with technology. Whether we are planning new features, building on existing features, or even adopting a brand new technology, each time we ask ourselves, does this simplify community management? It's the test that all of our initiatives must pass. TOPS innovates to simplify, which is what your software should do. So how do you know if this webinar is for you? Do any of these sound familiar? I received so many community requests and work orders. I have a hard time keeping them organized. TOPS can help with that. Or I spend several hours each month reconciling transactions. TOPS can help with that too. These chat bubbles are some of the pain points that we've heard from community managers and took action to resolve them. So if any of these sound familiar, you're in the right place and we are ready to talk. This illustration may look familiar to some of our returning attendees, and welcome back, by the way. We call this our marketing molecule. The name Sputnik was already taken. These are our 4 areas of focus. We declared these 4 focal points as messaging pillars early last year. These pillars have remained our North Star, whether we are working with our product team or creating marketing communications. We know these areas are most important, and we are dedicated to continually investing and growing in these areas. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Adam, our product marketing manager, to dive in a little deeper into these 4 main product pillars. Take it away.
Thank you, Melody. That illustration is very, very familiar to both product and marketing. I feel like the marketing team will soon all get matching tattoos of that image. I just don't know where to put it yet.
I would love to see that.
It really is a keystone. It's not just fluff. And all of our advancements in our communications, you've probably seen over the last year, more emails, a little different look and feel, more communications with you about our features and what's coming, and then engagements. Soon you'll start seeing more product feature, spotlights. We just want to make sure that everyone is kind of getting the bang for their bucks and can get the most value out of TOPS, because it is jam-packed. Now I'm going to dive into a little bit of what Melody talked about when she was discussing our 4 pillars. So first up on the docket is seamless integrations. This is an area we have spent most of last year developing in deploying new technology behind the scenes mostly, and also to our customers. We invested heavily in new hardware, new software, and even personnel, and brought on new business partners to enable features like smart banking, South data integration for those blessed coupon books, and banking aggregator, to name a few. Smart banking and banking aggregator launched in Q4 last year, a little late or before the holidays. And so it's still a little new to most of us and deserves some attention because we want to make sure you know it's available. I can share with you that the automation that it brings, like auto reconciling, lockbox reporting, even balance inquiries and more, are a huge time saver to proper managers and accountants, as it streams it directly into your TOPS account. So one, it reduces the number of screens needed to complete transactions. And two, it allows for TOPS to automate even more for you, reducing the amount of manual tasks. Later, Eve will demo how easy it is to set up banking aggregator for your communities, which allows access to more than 10,000 banking institutions and credit cards worldwide. And I'm pretty sure with a number like that, yours is probably one of them. So you might as well take advantage and automate some of these painful manual processes. Now that we have the technology in place and we can easily scale for the future, we'll continue growing and evolving our seamless integrations to provide even more value to TOPS users. Measure and optimize business operations. This is a fancy way of saying you need key information in KPIs to run your business, not just static reports, but also live up-to-minute data. Which brings me to one of this quarter's hero features, the Community Actions Dashboard. This dashboard provides multiple views with charts, graphs, and prioritized data to help organize and manage all forms of your community's requests. It includes work orders, violations, ARC requests, and even general requests. But what I like most about it is, I'm a data geek, and I like to be able to slice and dice. But also, after you get it set to the parameters you want to look at, you can scroll down immediately and take action. So it's not just reading a report and then having to log back in and do it the old way. It's now kind of a pathway to quicker results and resolution for all your tickets, which really is the point of good data. Data and software's main purpose should always, always, always be to make it easier for you to arrive at the best decisions and take the best action for your business. You'll get a preview of what the dashboard can do later in the demo with Eve, but there's a lot to cover, so stay tuned for future webinars covering the dashboard and best practices. Be on the lookout for that invite soon. Also, one of our favorites, following under the same theme, is TOPS Pay, and we've made some improvements there too. We continue to invest in our embedded payment platform that every TOPS user has access to immediately. This quarter, we added some new features as well as enhanced existing ones, like incorporating an itemized list of charges and balances on e-receipts to keep everyone on the same page, as well as adding additional descriptions to help troubleshoot returned payments. Before, it was some alphanumeric code which didn't mean much to you. We took that feedback. We worked directly with our vendor who processes our payments and says, look, guys, we need more. And so now we have a lexicon, descriptions will pop up, and the ability to go directly to the vendor's glossary page. So it's a great way to help faster troubleshoot and work with your customers and clients to resolve any issues. So with that, TOPS Pay is a great way to integrate and automate your accounts receivables. It's a secure and convenient way for your homeowners to make payments and even enroll in auto pay, which helps avoid those late fees and is an easy way to cut down on your collection efforts. It's really a win-win for all parties, and it's there to use, so might as well, right? So next, community management is a big one for both of us and you. We know that you spend a lot of time answering emails, working with clients, calls, walk-ins, vendors, you name it. So we know you guys are really, really, really busy. And so that's why community management will always be an area of focus for us for now and for the future. So this pillar really receives updates every quarter. You will always see it because we know how important it is. sometimes it's new features, and sometimes it's making existing features even better. So a recent example is the new print preview feature with templates. And so I'm going to go off book a little bit. And so when I saw this, luckily I work with Eve, who works with you guys, managers hand in hand. So she helps me understand even how more important these are. But when I was first making this slide, I told Eve, I feel a little silly shouting to the masses that we now have a print preview feature. I might as well tell them we just got Windows 95. So luckily, Eve, being our Sage expert, said, Adam, it's not that we didn't have it, it's that our customers stated they wanted it in other areas, which, you know, ultimately is process improvement. And we want to make sure that when you're doing this process, it's as easy and intuitive as possible. So we did it. This was specifically on requests about violations. Well, print preview wasn't as convenient. So now it's also at the beginning of the process. So any needed changes can be addressed and corrected early on instead of when you're at the end ready to hit send and then have to do it all over again, because no one likes to do that and no one likes to do rework or has time for that. So this is an example of a very small change also where we take direct feedback from our users, and it has a big impact on process improvement and saving time. And communication is another area we continue to improve upon. We know it's a main part of every manager's day-to-day gig, which is why we always look for ways to consolidate, digitize, and automate. So included in this release, we focused on templates. We improved ways to create and manage your templates. You can easily build and maintain your very own custom library of documents for every communication need. Next, so this is my personal favorite. When I found out we were launching it iteratively a couple of quarters ago, it's pretty neat. I'm all for working easier. So this is my favorite. It also reminds me a little bit of Skynet, so which is from Terminator. For you young ones out there. You know, Melody, we really should have created a soundtrack for this webinar. I've had so many this would be a perfect time for some intro music from Terminator.
Right.
So not to be too scary, this is actually a cool feature. It includes many recent additions like our automated workflow manager. You can fully automate several business processes like the monthly HOA process. It's pretty cool. We continue to add newer custom jobs every quarter for you. So you can see a list of some of the options now that's on this slide. But more important, what's great about it is that not only can you automate a single task, that's not really the purpose of this one, because we had task automation before. What is more valuable is that you can select several tasks, combine them to run sequentially together in a chronological order to complete an entire business process. And once you set it up, it can run whenever and repeat at any frequency. You'll see an example and learn more about this feature in the demo as well. But imagine scheduling all of your processes that you would normally kick off each month manually. Now you can set them to run automatically and complete and then notify. That offered some huge time savings there. Automation for us, you'll see it in every aspect of whether you call it a module or feature profile. Really, we're working on making TOPS smarter and smarter and smarter, because the software should work for you, not the other way around, and we firmly believe in that. So as we continue to advance our integrations, we're allowing for more and more business processes to be included in this automation category, and to additionally make sure that we're simplifying every aspect of your day-to-day management. So more to come on automation, stay tuned. Phew.
That was awesome, Adam. Thank you.
Yeah, I think my Red Bull ran out. So I know we just covered a lot really quickly. It's a lot of talking, a lot of words, but so seeing is believing. So with that, let's take a look at some of these features in action. So we will have Eve, our customer training manager, take over and give us a quick demonstration of not all the features, because it's only like a 30-45 minute webinar, but some of this quarter's features. And just a reminder, please take any questions down. There'll also be an opportunity at the end to ask questions, and we hope that you have a lot because we're really proud of these features and we know that have immense value for you. So, Melody, let's roll that beautiful tops footage.
All right, thank you, Adam and Eve. It is all yours.
All right, so I want to start with a short recap on the banking aggregator that we released last quarter. So this is a powerful addition to your banking process. The banking aggregator allows you to access over 10,000 banks or credit cards or both, and it's so easy to set up. You'll be able to use our banking aggregator partner to search for your bank or credit card from a drop-down list and log into your online account. And this is where the magic begins, right? So the connection between your financial institution and TOPS is being established, allowing TOPS to connect and stream information directly into your TOPS account. And then once you're securely logged in, TOPS will even double check that it's connecting to the right accounts, to your community, and it will auto match. But it will also ask you to confirm the matching accounts and offer you the ability to override if necessary. So basically, after you complete the short setup, as you can see on screen, you'll no longer need to toggle between screens to get your banking information when completing transactions, and that saves hours every month. And now you'll have new integrated banking features like auto reconciliation, and it also updates your balance directly into your TOPS accounts and shows any pending transactions. All right, so next is the add recon criteria. I know that's a mouthful. I think the engineers named that one. Basically, in simple terms, right? This cuts down on red line items in your smart banking reconciliation. So we start by selecting a non-matched amount and drill down into the transaction to see more details, right? So in the initial setup, you'll need to match exactly the reference, which is easy to do. Good old copy and paste as we're doing here. And then with that, you're going to navigate back to a page and place the copy text into the correct unmatched transaction criteria modal. I believe it's a tongue twister. Next, select the edit button to the right of the transaction, enter in your information and proper GL account, and then you're all set. Now, the add rec, see, I can't even say it. The add recon criteria creates a learned match, right? So that allows these future transactions to be identified in the auto reconciliation process. So no more manual matching for these guys. Next is our new and improved community actions dashboard. And I know this was also, right? This was also released in a light version in Q3 of last year, but it was pretty basic. And a lot of you are wondering what else was going to happen with these dashboards, right? So here we go. We released this new dashboard, new and improved version last Friday. And if you haven't taken a look, go in and take a look. But I personally have gotten some great feedback on this feature from clients already, putting it to work. So we've added more to this feature to provide a one-stop shop for users to visualize data related to their community or portfolio of communities. And as you can see, this is a great tool for the management side of your communities. Another cool option is users are given the ability to make this dashboard their home page after logging in, right? So you could do the home page, you could do the dashboard or your community of choice. And this allows you to see right away the latest updates for your communities. And these dashboards can be viewed as global data or community-specific data, which means you can do all communities, which is nice. It includes work orders, like a work order dashboard, service requests, architectural requests, CCR violations, and general requests as a combined dashboard or individual. And there are multiple flexible views, charts and graphs, depending on the parameters you choose. And Each area has an informational tooltip you can activate by hovering over the informational icon in the right corner. So here you can view the distribution of types of requests for one, some, or all communities, and you can easily see the open to close ratios and drill down to tackle any issues. The last bar graph will actually display and compare requests and violations by the community. And this serves as an easy way to identify trends before they become problems, right? So if you proceed to the bottom section, you quickly see a ranking of overdue tickets and upcoming tickets. And you see what needs immediate attention, and you can plan for the future and what's coming up next. So we navigated through the overview page, but we know the devil's in the details. Violations and each request type have their very own page. And so with the same parameter inputs, we were able to zoom in and specific request types and view data, key metrics, identify trends, and even plan appropriate resources. And you will see similar charts and graphs, but the more granular level of detail and specific to the request you've selected to view. All right. Next, I know we're going fast. Next, we're going to take a look at our template library. And this is something that I am the most excited about. This is your very own custom document for all templates you have, the update and review and reuse. Woo, I'm so excited. We have even created a couple dozen to help you get started. And this will help you reduce the number of letters you have to create manually from scratch, saving you time and getting communications out easier. All right, so here comes my favorite part. We have added a print preview option for templates in the template library. You don't have to go anywhere else. You can preview using any owner with no consequences, right? This means it doesn't show up on the owner's account activity after the preview. And you can see merge codes filled in with the sample data. So you don't have to worry about, just seeing the letter. Right now you see it filled in. And if you're feeling like writing a bit, you can always create and upload your own. As we know, every business is a little bit different. And also, you can enable defaults for the templates. But along with that, finally is template specific permissions. And this is important. You want to pay attention to this. Previously, templates were tied to the system section and now can be set for individual user roles, allowing for greater delegation and of resources, right? So admins, of course, will not see any change, but just to let you know, you may need to update permissions for all non-admins to use templates. All right. We've added more functionality to the workflow automation manager. So you guys would have already seen that workflow automation manager. If you haven't, it's here. You can create a set of jobs to be completed at different frequencies, such as monthly, daily, weekly, and even hourly for those overachievers. I've never seen anybody use hourly, but it's there. I choose to set it up for like the whole month, and that's the way I teach it. Like, think of your whole month view as a template, like applying charges, applying prepaids, before late fees and collections, applying those, then setting apply prepaid again at the end of the month, everything you need to do. But you set up this any way you want, right? You can choose your own adventure, right? But a workflow can be copied and used in any community. So you can even add or remove jobs and change the order of execution in their time. All right, so now we are looking at our portal here. This is an example of a portal. Not all of you have portals, but if you do, we offer TOPS embedded payment platform, which is called TOPS Pay. So we're all knowing about TOPS Pay. Every account has access to TOPS Pay, and it's a breeze to set up with a simple toggle switch. Residents, it's a quick 1-minute setup process, and you can even place instructions in the announcement of your portal for help. And it's really easy as shopping online. It saves so much time. People can make payments at 2 in the morning so they don't get late fees. A payment method you can choose to enroll in auto pay and you're all done. So we know that transparency is key when communicating with homeowners. And the right documentation matters, especially when it comes to matters of money. And that's why we enhanced our receipts to include itemization and outstanding balances. And this eliminates any confusion for your homeowners and can reduce late payments and your collection process. And since we had the hood up for receipts, we decided it was a great time to add e-receipts for one-time payments. So we thought it was great to provide those confirmations for payments and one-time payments. And we know that informed homeowners are happy homeowners. I'm sorry I went through that so fast, but I hope you guys got it. Just remember, this is recorded. You can go back and watch it again.
That's right. Steve, I love your energy. I just love listening to you talk about tops. So thank you. I am going to kick it back over to Adam to talk about what we've done last year and then what's on the roadmap ahead.
Sure, yeah, Eve, I completely agree. I did the video earlier, and in practice, I swear it's perfect. But then when you go live, like it just feels like you can't talk fast enough. So it reminds me of the Micro Machines commercial when we were all little.
Right? You're showing our age.
I mean, you know, I heard about. Yeah, so automation, that is my favorite. So it is a choose your own adventure. So that's a pretty cool analogy there, Eve. So what have we been up to? So 2022 was a huge year. You heard a big spiel at the beginning from me, but this specifically covers a lot of the big releases that we did in 2022 and that we communicated via email with and with webinars. The company decided to make huge investments back into the business, including both Melody and I, and then adding many, many new faces. We have staffed up. Also, new leadership came on board, you probably noticed, and with that, a lot of positive change, like the adoption of some pretty cool new technologies. From the beginning of 2022, we focused on having the right technology behind the scenes to support future growth and new features. So we did a huge inventory before I came on of what we had, where we want to go, and what are we going to need to get there. So besides technology, it took a large cash inflow. So we invested heavily to make sure we can give you the features you want today and be able to give you the features you want tomorrow. Another huge advance was our investment and adoption of advanced integrations, which was a game changer for us last year. So using APIs, not only for existing partnerships, but to easily onboard new partners in the future. And so what that means is if there's a service that comes on that we want to integrate into some of your processes to make it easier. So if you're currently using someone to e-file your 1099, so like we have yearly that we brought on prior, and they can file them for you. So you don't have to search out and find another vendor yourself, and it communicates with TOPS. So just things like that and partners that we want to bring on to offer greater functionality. And so now we're set to do that. So if you got any in mind, let us know. So next, our current release, which we went through quite a bit, so I won't say too much about this, but you can see like this release itself contains both new features and enhancements like Eve's blessed print preview, but also our developers and product team were very hard at work behind the scenes, ramping up hardware and new technology in preparation to launch some pretty amazing new features later on this year. We'll soon start sending out marketing communications about what's coming up in the next release. So stay tuned for that. For future releases, we have a few items on the list, but they are building these now as well. These were ones that are identified late last year. They have a whole new list coming up they're getting ready to share with us. But on this list, you'll see some things like UI UX, which what that just means is the look and feel of TOPS for users is going to be improved upon. One that's a little more modern and a little more intuitive, but it won't be crazy. We're also working through several cloud-based reporting companies because we've gotten a lot of feature requests for people who want to write or create their own reports, so kind of like drag and drop reporting. Other than I think we have 70 canned reports now that offer some customization with the feature release from last quarter. But so this will offer an even more advanced level if you need to create more to meet your business needs and inquiries. You'll also always see improvements listed for our accounting engine. Like Melody said earlier, at the heart of TOPS, and when TOPS started in 1984, the heart was really our robust and customizable accounting engine that all others integrate into. And a few new features also for managing communities. You'll always see that on there. We know that's big on your list. Working with customers who have been using QuickBooks before, but they need to easily upgrade to a more robust and property management software. We are here for them, and we want to get them going. So as trends develop and as we employ more and more advanced technologies, more features will be added each and every quarter, so stay tuned.
All right, thank you for that, Adam. So now let's take some questions. I've seen several come up through here in the chat. You can ask questions down the bottom of the little webinar box there. We won't get to all of the questions today, just I see that there are several. If we don't answer yours, we will absolutely get back to you with that answer. So, and we'll also be sending you some questions after the webinar, including if you would like to be part of a new customer feedback panel. So be looking for some questions from us. So that said, Adam and Eve, can you both help me kind of take a look here at these questions and grab a couple?
Sure.
Yeah, you guys, I have been answering them as we've been going through this webinar the best I can. So a lot of people do have their answers. I don't know if you guys can see that because I'm answering privately to each person, but yeah, just throw those questions out there and I'll answer them if I know the answer.
I see one. It says, when it comes to automation feature, are there any plans to add CCR next steps automation? Well, that doesn't sound like it's very hard to do, but the developers may shoot me, but I have that down. I work with them every day. Keep in mind, I am marketing, so I am very optimistic. So we're ready. I am taking that down. And that, who sent that one? Okay. So we'll take that down and we'll include that in the FAQs that we send out with the recording. Okay. Automation. We want to add everything that you need to the automation. I think some people are scared to use it. Some people don't understand the difference between where you used to schedule tasks versus schedule a series of tasks with dependencies or non-dependencies on each other. So yeah, we're definitely want to add whatever you need that's viable and helpful. So that's a great question, and I'll take it directly to the developers.
All right, we've got, excuse me, time for a couple of more. If there's some in here, Eve, that you see that maybe haven't been answered yet.
I am looking through the questions and trying to get them answered if possible. You guys, just do me a favor. Just randomly pick one that you want me to answer, and I'll see if I can answer it.
Okay.
Eve, you're our template queen. Is there a statement with coupon on the bottom template? Getting the coupon to only populate on the last page is so annoying in Word.
So are you talking about, it sounds like statements is what you're talking about. So
yeah,
I'll tell you guys, everything is designed in Microsoft Word. And so even though we've provided these statements where the coupon's at the bottom, you can absolutely open up that statement in Microsoft Word and move it to the top. So basically what you're looking for is somebody in your office that knows Microsoft Word, and they're going to be your best friend. It's going to be golden because they just need to get in there and move things around. So it's really easy. You just have to download that template and edit it in Microsoft Word. And we actually have some knowledge base articles in the Help Center on how to do that. But the short answer is yes, you can move it to the top.
Okay, awesome. Well, that's a good one. We don't. I always feel bad when we have to take questions back to like the developers, but this next one I think I can answer too. So someone wrote in, with the banking aggregator feature, would you suggest we use this new feature over smart banking? And then are there a few balance glitches and things with smart banking? Okay, so it really depends on you. So smart banking right now, and so it took me a while to understand, so what's the difference? Why do I want to use one over there, et cetera? It really depends on who your bank is. So right now, for actual smart banking, which you probably see that term everywhere, that's where we have a direct connection into that bank. That bank lets us have everything. So we have like 5 or 6 set up now. It's a little bit of a lengthy onboarding process. So we're looking to set up more in the future. Smart banking, you'll get a lot more features and robust features, where banking aggregator, so it's kind of one to many. So smart banking, we got 4 or 5, you get more features. Banking aggregator, it's got thousands of banks. And then you'll get like 3 of the main features, which is probably, I mean, it's just as good and great. So it depends on what you're really looking for. And whoever wrote this in, what we can do is we have tons of material on these and the features and the banks, et cetera. We'll be glad to connect with you and kind of help you choose the right one. So don't feel free to reach out to us. You can respond to the email directly to the marketing, or there, I think Karen's name may be on there too, but it comes to all of us. So yeah.
Yeah, I would say if you're using smart banking, but we only have, I think 9 banks for smart banking, and smart banking does have a lot of different options, but it depends on the bank. The aggregator to me is so that you have smart banking options on banks that are not a smart bank, especially those credit cards. For me, that's the biggest thing. So really, if you're using a bank that is a smart bank, definitely look into that with your banking representative, but otherwise the aggregator will let you track any bank.
Yep, and there's tons, and you saw how easy it sets up in like 1 minute. And I always giggle, Eve, when you say over 10,000 credit cards. If you need access to 10,000 credit cards, we probably should have a different conversation.
well, banks and credit. Well, I'm just saying the variety.
I gotcha. Yeah. What's next? Will your smart banking ever work with Chase Bank? Oh, that's a good question. We have a schedule, and we've reached out to so many banks. So it's a little bit of a lengthy process. I'm sure Chase Bank is in there, but I can double confirm that. We have a list of, we made sure that we covered, I think it was 52% with our smart banking choices today, and then the rest of our customers, because we can dive in to see when you select your accounts, the rest are covered with the banking aggregator. But let me see what the lineup is coming up for smart banking, if Chase is part of it. Chase is my bank too, whoever wrote that.
Eve, I saw a couple of questions in here asking about training videos and training resources. One of them is from a new TOPS user, and then another one wanting to know if there were going to be training videos about some of these new features. Where would you point them to learn more information about some of what we looked at?
Yes, that is my life. So
I knew I was asking the right person.
We have so many choices for training, and the free resources is that every month I personally do a reoccurring webinar. Actually, forgive me, I think there's like 12 reoccurring webinars, and they're all about an hour a piece. They're free, and there's live Q&A at the end. And so you can watch them as a new user or a new employee. You can say, send your new employee to watch the training videos. If you're on our knowledge base center, and if you're looking for this and you can't find it, please ask your project manager, ask your customer success rep, ask your support rep, ask somebody online to show you. But go into our knowledge center and go to resources at the top, and then go to webinars, and you'll see every month those webinars are in there for you to join. And just like this, if you don't join them in time, you can go back and enroll and watch the video. But that is one option. Just to kind of throw myself out there, I want to let everybody know we do offer paid training, one-on-one online training hours. You can pay for hours and do one-on-one training with me, or you can pay for in your office training days. So that's another option that most people don't know that we offer, is in your office training days. So myself or someone from the training department will come to your office and do that training. And just so you guys know, I've been here a very long time. For those of you that don't know me, I've worked with TOPS since 2003. You'll be in good hands.
Yeah,
I'm just patting my own back.
Eve, can I book you to fly out to Texas and do some in my home office training with me? Because that sounds awesome.
Yes, in your office, not necessarily home.
Well, me personally.
Nobody has ever invited me to their house.
No, that'd be a bit much.
Yeah. But yeah, in your office, absolutely.
We'll also be sending out for most of these monthly product feature spotlights, and they'll be dedicated to like best practices for each of these features. So those will show up in your email. So just make sure you whitelist us for marketing, and you'll get those too. And then you can send in questions if you need them.
Awesome. All right. And so there are a lot of other questions that we're not going to get to on this call today, but we will follow up with you and be sure that we get all of those answered. And then you will all be getting a recording of this webinar after if you want to go back and revisit any other parts of it. All right. So with that, as we said, we'd be happy to show you any of the features that we looked at today. If there are features that you needed training on that we didn't take a look at, as you said, reach out to your project manager, customer success. They'd be happy to show you. Other than that, thank you all for joining us. Be sure to be on the lookout for the email from us. There's just some questions about your thoughts on the webinar today. And then if you would be interested in joining that new customer feedback panel, we'd love to hear from you. You can reach us at marketing@topsoft.com. So thank you, everybody. We hope you all have an awesome rest of your day.